Hey, hi everybody. Welcome to Life After Mental Illness. I'm your recovery expert, Bill McPhee, where recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who you are today. Today I just felt like showing you Lucy before I start the official vlog on voices. We're going to be talking about voices today, but this is Lucy and just wanted to tell her to say hi to everybody. And how are you, Lucy? Good? You got a kiss for Daddy? Oh, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. Okay, and take her away. Okay, so hi everybody. Just wanted to let you know that we're talking about voices today. And voices is known as a positive symptom or an audio hallucination. Now, basically, it's a positive symptom because before we are ill, we don't normally hear voices in our head. We hear voices through our ears from other people speaking. It's also audio hallucination because there's nothing there. There's no nothing. I remember the audio hallucination. There's a hallucination is when there's you see something but it's not actually there, and actually that's why hearing voices are audio hallucination because it's actually not there. It's a voice you hear that is originating from we don't know where, somewhere inside the head, whether it's chemical, whatever it is. But anyways, that's the definition. That's why we treat it as a positive symptom. Okay, now I want to give you an example, a little bit about hearing voices. Again, example to explain what it's like. I want you imagine you were going on vacation, and you're going way up north somewhere. And say you you start off from your house, and you turn your favorite radio station on and you turn this radio station on and you're listening to it and you're heading up north for the weekend or something like that. But what happens is, from that radio station, the tower that exists that boosts the signal eventually only has a certain amount of radio, a certain amount of distance that it can go, unless it's satellite radio, something like that. But so basically, you're driving and you're farther away from that tower that you're getting. What happens is that the signal from your main radio station is getting weaker and weaker. And so what happens is that it's like another radio station that you're closer to, and it actually jumps frequency. It jumps frequency so you hear it. Remember, just sometimes a little bit, but the farther away it becomes more clear, but it's jumping. So really that's a lot like voices, hearing voices. It's like voices coming over what you're thinking and telling you things. So it's a positive symptom in the sense that it's added to your personality that shouldn't be there. Now, I should also say that these voices are usually most of the time negative. That the voices really tell you bad things and things like that. It's very rare that I talk to people who hear voices that say they tell me good things. It's usually bad things. And in fact, I can remember, one of the things about recovery that I say is that, work is so important. Work, volunteering, career is so important. But I got to tell you that if you heard voices all day or periodically or just popping into your head as if somebody was beside you yelling in your ear or screaming in your ear or talking to you, you could not function. So it's very important to try to get rid of voices. And I believe that voices are one of the hardest things or the last symptom to get rid of. I believe that we've got to get rid of the voices with medication, but a lot of times, a lot of people tell me that voices are sticky. They're one of the hardest symptoms to get rid of, and it's a very poor outcome. It's hard to work, it's hard to concentrate, it's hard to sleep when you hear voices. In fact, CNN, not too long ago, I saw a clip where Anderson Cooper wore some headphones or something like that, some kind of thing that he wore in his ears, and it was voices. So it would, at random times, there would be things coming into his ears that he would hear that were saying, swearing at him or telling him negative things about himself, all these kind of things. And literally, Anderson Cooper was supposed to wear these headphones for like 24 hours, and literally it drove him mad. He couldn't do it. He couldn't last 24 hours with hearing voices. He took them off, and he was saying, I can't believe it, how you could actually function or actually do something if you're hearing voices. So hearing voices are so very, very important to try to get rid of, though they're hard to get rid of. So okay, but what causes the voices? You know what? Sometimes not only the illness, but sometimes voices can flare up due to stress. Due to stress, they flare up, and that could be one of the things. So one of the things about understanding voices is that if we hear them or you're relating to people who hear them, it's very important that you journal. That you journal when the times that you hear voices, whether it's the stressful times, whether it's at night, whether it's before you go to bed, if it's all the time. And it's very important to journal these things so we can try to find out what it causes. When it happens, when it flares up, and things like that. The only other thing, let's see, what do I want to say? Anything else about, again, the voices all the time say negative things to you. They're very bad, and that's whether it be from, a psychological thing. I don't know. I really don't know that, but I do know that voices are very, very troubling for people. So I think I covered that, so I'm going to let you go now. And remember, there is life after mental illness, and recovery is when you wouldn't want to be anyone else other than who you are today. Have a great day. Bye-bye, everybody. Hi. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Facebook and Twitter.